Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to transform this very boring spreadsheet with sales data into a very nice looking dashboard that contains a bunch of graphics that you can easily use to understand, analyze sales presentation or any kind of presentation that requires a better visualization of the data instead of to show this bunch of numbers and information that doesn't make any sense visually speaking. And to create this dashboard, just need to use ChatGPT and few prompts. I'm actually doing this tutorial inspired by this video that I watched on YouTube a couple days ago from website learners. The only difference from this tutorial for these steps that I'm going to perform right now is that they use GPT-4, and I try to run the same steps that they teach in this video using the GPT-01 mini. As you might know by now, this version of GPT has much better performance and much more reasoning. When we input the same prompts, the results is much better, and the description of the steps is much more enhanced, so you can have better results like this one. I will show you here quickly the interactive dashboard that was generated when I used the GPT-4. It's not bad, it's just that that is a lot of messy graphics. It's pretty difficult to understand some of the data. Obviously, you can always ask GPT to change and make different things, but I figure that when you use the reasoning model with ChatGPT o1 mini, the first prompt is so much better. I mean, the outcome from the prompt already brings you a better results because it's described the dashboard even more. So without further ado, let me show you how to do it. Okay, the first thing you have to do to accomplish the first step is convert the CSV file into a JSON format. To do that, you can use any online converter. Just Google it, CSV to JSON, and you can select the first option that Google will bring to you. Just select this one, and then select the file that might be somewhere in your computer. Upload, convert. Okay, something went wrong. Let me just do this again. Doesn't seem right. Okay, there we go. That was right. Okay, this first portion of the JSON format here, the file, you will have this first set of data that basically is the first row of the spreadsheet that contains the titles of each columns. This information is already enough to use in the first prompt because this is a no sensitive information. We don't have the rest of the data that contain names, amount for each information, each customer, right? So you just need to get this information here is good enough to use with the next step, which is input the first prompt in ChatGPT. Okay, here in ChatGPT, let's paste the snippet code from the JSON that we just converted. Make sure to select the ChatGPT o1 mini here in your model options. Now, let's just give some space and copy and paste the prompt. Don't worry, I'm going to put this prompt in the description, the video as well. Okay, this prompt basically is just explaining the JSON structure of the sales data and ask ChatGPT to suggest 5 key metrics visualizations. You can always tweak this prompt if you're not doing a sales data spreadsheet. Maybe you're doing something else. Just make sure to put here the information that matches with the data that you're trying to achieve the dashboard. In my case, I only suggesting 5 key visualization metrics. That would be good enough to make this demonstration, but you can also ask ChatGPT to create more. Let's see how will be the outcome. It's taking a little bit of time, but as you can see, generate all the information here. Describe the total sales over time, and suggesting a line chart, explaining why it's suggesting this information. As you can see, if you can try by yourself, like select, create another chat, select the version 4, and then you can see the difference between when you use the O1 mini model and the version 4. You can tell how different it is. Now let's put the next prompt. This next prompt actually is basically telling ChatGPT to create the dashboard considering all the instructions that we have here for the key value metrics. You can read this better, the prompt and the description below. But let's see how is going to be the results here. This one is going to take a little bit of time because they will create the HTML file, so it's not super fast. But impressively, ChatGPT this time is doing pretty fast. All right. I just forgot to request ChatGPT to give me the option to download the HTML file. But that's okay. But one thing that I found that while the model O1 mini is selected, if you ask ChatGPT to provide the downloadable file, you're not going to get this information until you switch back to the version 4. So I switched to the version 4 just to get the downloadable file. Or you can always copy this and save the file yourself, but let's just be lazy a little bit here and ask ChatGPT to do this for us. All right, that took a little bit of time, but at the end, ChatGPT completed and gave you the option to download the file. Let's download this file and see how it looks like. Okay, now that you have downloaded the file, let's open the dashboard.html. As you can see here, we have beautiful created our dashboard with the 5 key metrics that we have request ChatGPT to generate in our prompt. Now let's put some life here, uploading the JSON file that we have converted. But this time we're going to upload the entire file. As you can see, we have all the data and a very nice graphics, just like ChatGPT has brainstormed in the second prompt. Very beautiful. Obviously, if you want to include more other value metrics, we can always go back to the prompt and ask ChatGPT to generate as many as you like based on the information that you have in your spreadsheet. If you're not quite sure if this information here represent the accurate numbers, you can always do a comparison and check and directly in the spreadsheet itself. Let's say here in the West region, let's grab this amount here, 640,000 something. Let's see. We can filter the region here just to see if this number is matching with the original data set. As you can see, it's the same amount that we have in the dashboard. So there you have it, folks. This is the way that you can use just a few clicks to turn any spreadsheet in a very beautiful, well-looking dashboard. The next step now, I will show you how you can publish this dashboard. You can share this dashboard with people outside of your company, outside of your computer. Stick around. All right, now it's time to make this dashboard publicly accessible to anyone. In order to do that, we're going to publish this page using GitHub Pages, which is a free resource that you can use. Just create a GitHub account in case you don't have one. It's pretty easy. Just go to github.com and sign up with Google account or whatever you want. Just create your profile. You should be good to go. Once you're the profile of your account inside of GitHub, just go to new repository. We can create a brand new repository from scratch. Name it whatever you want. I will put it just like so. Leave all the options as default. Make sure to leave it as public because public is the only way that you can have access to GitHub Pages for free. If you select private, that's not going to work in the free plan with GitHub. It's only the pay account that allows you to create pages private. So let's leave as it is, create repository. Now it's time to you to select the HTML file that will be in your computer. Just choose file. Okay, that's another important step that you need to be very careful. Before you upload the HTML file with the dashboard into the GitHub repository, I would strongly advise you change the name to index.html because that is the name pattern that GitHub will use to publish the page. Because if you use the default name that you downloaded from ChatGPT, that's not going to work. So just change it here to the Windows file system. Let's upload the file. Hit commit changes. Let's wait the file to process. Quick. Once we have this done, let's go to settings panel. Scroll down here to pages. The source you can leave as it is. Just let's select the branch main. You can leave this option here as it is by default because we only have one file in our repository, so we should not have any trouble select anything else. Let's save it and wait GitHub to processing the page with our URL. That will be done in a couple seconds. Let's refresh the page. Can browse a little bit here between the options and see if the process speeds up a little bit. Probably not. It takes a little bit of time. You can check here in the actions panel actually. So then you can see the main progress, how it's going. I'm going to speed up this a little bit so then you guys are not going to wait too much time. Okay, here you have it, your dashboard. Let's click and see how it looks like. Beautiful. As you can see, we have the same outcome from the local file, but now we have a publicly accessible URL. So anybody with this link will be able to visualize and have access to our dashboard. Now, let's just see if we upload the JSON file, it's going to work the same way that it worked locally. Amazing. As you can see, everything works perfectly. And now you can share this link with anybody outside of your network, your company, whoever you want to have access to this dashboard. It's pretty easy, simple, and best of all, it's free. Well, I hope you liked this tutorial. If that was helpful to you, please leave your like, subscribe, and I see you next video.